So what is a mandala aside from a very pretty picture? Mandalas are the visual representation of energy that exists in our universe. They are the visual representation of the vibratory patterns that exist in our universe. Now, just like a fish swims in the sea and it doesn't know that it's swimming in the sea, you are swimming in this universe of electromagnetism, these electromagnetic waves. And these waves enter our universe, and these waves will cross at certain points. Now, these electromagnetic waves, it depends on what angle at which they cross, will determine which shape they create. So if they cross at these angles, then they create a triangle. If they cross like this, then they will create a square. And these are known as what we call sacred geometric symbols. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. But as we have lots and lots and lots of these waves coming into our universe at any given time, lots of these waves are interacting and crossing over. So they are creating lots of shapes, which put them all together and you create a mandala. And this electromagnetism exists on a scale, on a spectrum. And at one end of the spectrum, we can pick up these electromagnetic waves. For example, we can see color and we can see light. But on the other end of the spectrum, we cannot detect these electromagnetic waves with our natural senses. For example, you can't pick up gamma rays or X-rays by yourself. And you can't see the natural vibratory patterns that we call mandalas with your eyes. But these mandalas are the architecture of the universe, and they do make up the universe that we experience. And we do actually experience them in nature, in the natural state sometimes. For example, you can see these vibratory patterns as spider webs or snowflakes or flowers. And the term sacred geometry is given to mandalas because, well, geometry is obviously the mathematical term given to shapes. But the term sacred is given to the mandalas because of the impact that the mandalas can have on us as human beings, and they have on the world. It tends to pick up the essence of divine intervention. Like nothing else can be doing this other than something that is bigger and greater than us. And I will be explaining the impact that mandalas have on us as human beings in another video. Now, we have a lot of these electromagnetic waves all coming into our universe at any given time. So a lot of waves means a lot of crossing over, which means a lot of shapes. And then when you put a lot of the shapes together, you create what is known as the mandala. And then each of these shapes that is held within the mandala, they create what is known as a frequency or a vibration. Just like color will give off a frequency, or if you were to press a key on a piano, that key, that note, that musical sound gives off a frequency and we hear it. Well, the same exists for shapes. The shape that exists within the mandala will create what is known as a frequency. It will emit this vibration, and it's this vibration that creates what is known as a language. So mandalas also are the language of the universe, and I will explain how we as human beings detect this language, pick up that language, and how therefore this language impacts us in the later video where I explain how mandalas heal the mind and heal the body. But all I want you to know for now is that every single shape that exists within a mandala releases a frequency, emits this vibration, this what we call a resonance, out into the environment around it. And this resonance will impact the environment at which it is sat by helping to change and influence the energy that exists in the environment. So whatever language or message exists in this mandala, it emits that resonance, and that resonance then changes the environment around it to match the intention or the message or the language that is put into the mandala that the sacred geometric symbols are releasing. So in short, what is a mandala? It's the visual representation of energy, and it represents the vibratory patterns that exist in our universe, and we can detect it as a language. So more in oncoming videos about how mandalas can help you to create the life that you love, and how they can help you to heal your mind and body, and also how you can meditate with mandalas.